All right. Everything on audio looks fine. Mm. Thanks, Beatrice. Yeah, this is going to be a fun one. I'm going to stick the playlist in the chat just in case you want some movement inspiration. So if you're already here, take some time, grab some water, or if you need to use the bathroom before class, do that. Ooh, I feel like I should refill my water. I'm going to do that. Yes, Emma. Good morning. I think I'm going to stick those right here. We'll see if that's a good spot for the old microphone. Oh, Annalisa. Ah. I need you to know how happy I am that you're here. Sheesh. I can't even express it enough with my words. Hi, Stephanie. Good morning. I'm on the bouncy ball again so that my body wakes up and my nervous system wakes up. So if you're on the West Coast, it's earlier in the morning for you. If you're East Coast, we're headed into the afternoon. And if you're over in Europe, it's about early evening. So we're all coming in at these different times. I love it. Yeah. It's pretty special. I feel really grateful that I'm able to see so many people. Yeah, I think this playlist is going to be pretty great. Yeah, I love that. 5:30 in Portugal, huh? Maybe a little before dinner movement. So here's the deal with today. I usually like to kind of start talking at 12:30 because I know people kind of stream in around this time or even a little bit late, which it's all good if you come late. So today we're working on the anterior core. And I know we have this association with just doing a bunch of core work. Well, if you were here on Friday, we did the core flow. So we're going to continue some of those concepts, but I also am going to be spending a considerable amount of time today doing core releases, which are equally as important as anything else. Because think of it this way: if you have a really tight core, certain things like back bends are going to be really tough. So, as much as it's good to have a strong core, it's also good to be really supple at the same time. I really like that word supple. Like, I feel like we should use it to describe things more often. I want to be supple like a tiger. I feel like cats are supple. Emma, oh my gosh. Okay, so I clearly taught more than I did, but Kamar's like been sore. He like wanted me to like play back the video when I reposted it, and he's like, "See, look at this moment. You can do that, but my butt just can't open like that." Maybe I should be more specific. Opening your hips, because I feel like opening your hips and opening your butt are two very different concepts. So, all right, I'm going to secure my hair so that I just don't say too much more weird shit and that we actually do some moving for today. I'm going to stick my giant ball over here. Dude, the leg and down dog things. Yeah, it's a situation. I'm going to take this focus out a little bit. So that's in, just kidding. We don't want to do this. We want to go here. Yay. Maybe I'll bring it in just a touch. Okay, there we go. Focus. All right. So things that you'll potentially need for class today: shiny pants. A block is going to be really helpful. If you don't have a block, or when we get to this very specific thing in class, we're going to be doing a psoas release, then I want you to have like a roll-up towel. So if you have a particularly short torso, so if like where your ribs start and your hips end is not very long, then you might want to get something a little bit softer. Yeah? We'll just keep all these things kind of close by. Boop, boop, boop. And we'll get started seated. I feel like seated is a good place to start. I'm going to close this window because I'm always paranoid that like my neighbors are like, "What's the neighbor girl doing next door?" All right. Also, I put the playlist in the description. I also have it in the chat. You just kind of have to scroll up towards the top. You can always move to whatever you want to. That is facts. If you're vibing on something specifically, then vibe on it, my loves. Okay. I'm going to start the playlist in 5, 4, 3, 2. Press play. All right. And I want you to sit crisscross applesauce. Let me also put this on Do Not Disturb. Yeah. Our centers, our cores. Being really in connection with this place really contributes to our confidence, the way in which we move about the world, in the way that we move physically, spiritually even. And so think of this as just an exploration of this space. And we'll start with our breath, inhaling and exhaling. And I have my hands on my tummy just so that I can feel this part of my body inflate. We're going to do 5 more breaths. Good. Last two. If you just hopped on, we're just doing some belly breathing here. Good. If your hands are on your tummy, bring them onto your thighs. Again, take a breath in and take a breath out. Now we're going to do just one round of breath of fire, okay? And breath of fire may feel like you're hyperventilating, but we don't want to hyperventilate. The imagery in my head that I like to think of is that I create a bubble in my stomach of air, and I'm just moving that bubble up and down, and you're using your diaphragm. So my friends in this group that are musicians and singers, this is very similar to diaphragmic training that you've done before. So I want you to empty all the air out of your lungs, and then take like half a breath in. And without actually like expelling the air, I want you to pump your stomach inwards. So there's this like soft exhalation coming out of the nose, but you're not trying to empty everything out. Again, imagine like you're moving just that one little bubble of air up and down, up and down. So there's this pulling inwards of the belly, of the space right underneath your rib cage. We're going to do this for 30 more seconds. You can go as fast or as slow as you want to, okay? I can't really talk while I do it, so that's why I got to break this up for myself. Okay. Good. 15 more seconds. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Empty that air out. Big breath in. And we're going to lion's breath. Stick out your tongue and good. One more lion's breath. Inhale through the nose. Just exhale and then roll back onto your tailbone. Spread out the shoulder blades. Ooh, let the tailbone tuck underneath you. Good. Inhale, pull yourself back forwards. And with your exhale, tuck underneath and scoop. We're going to do one more just like that. Inhale, lift it up. And with your exhale, get that bit of tuck. Now bring yourself up to straight up and down with the spinal column. Lean off to your left-hand side. Adjust your legs so that you're in double stag position. Right leg is behind you, left leg is in front of you. And we're going to open up towards our left-hand side. Now I want you to lift your butt, stretch out the front line of the body into the hip flexors, potentially even into the psoas. Push through this right arm. Yeah, maybe even take one big arm circle and bring yourself all the way back down. We're going to do that same stretch to the other side. Roll off onto the right hip, adjust the legs, boom, boom. Right hand is behind you. Left arm reaches up. Push through the legs, lift up your hips, stretch out through the left arm. Wow, my hip flexors, hello, good morning. And then take yourself all the way back down. Now let's adjust ourselves back to center. This time I want your feet on the ground. And we're going to do a couple rounds of reverse tabletop position. So hands right behind you, fingertips pointing towards the front of your space. Push into the feet, lift up your hips. I personally feel this stretch into the front of my shoulders and all through my biceps. I want you to stay here for 10 more seconds. Keep pushing and thinking about the legs staying in neutral instead of splaying out. Good. Last 5. Good. Last 4. Last 3, 2, And 1. Bring the hips all the way back down. Now we're going to adjust the hands. Turn the fingertips back so your arms are in external rotation. Push into the feet, lift up the hips. Notice if it feels a little bit different. We're going to do another extended hold here with the option of doing this a second time or a weird little offering that I want to give y'all today. We're here for 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Take the hips all the way back down and check out what you might want to do next. So same exact lift. Boom. You're going to kind of lower the hips down, flip over, and go into a downward facing dog. Whew. Stay there for a hot sec. Bring yourself all the way back. Lift. And then you go to the other side. I like to, again, dip the hips, push off, and work into a down dog stretch. So we're going to do this for about 30 seconds. Again, either doing your flip-flop down dog or holding right here. I know it's kind of an endurance hold for the shoulders, but we're building strong shoulders for some inversions later, potentially, yeah? So we're almost halfway through, whatever you're doing. Oof. I'm going to do one more to my left. Good. If you're doing that endurance hold, you're almost out. Last one to my right. Bring yourself all the way back. Hips come down, everyone. Cross your ankles. Move all the way through into tabletop position. And let's do a release for the forearms. Flip one palm or both palms so that your palms are facing up towards you. And get a little release into the top of the forearms. One more breath in. And breath out. Adjust yourself so that the palms are back onto the ground. And then turn them out to your right and to your left and move side to side. So as you move side to side, you're increasing the flexion in your wrist. And you can increase that flexion even more by walking the hands closer together. You can even walk them all the way together. It's literally just up to you. Good. Now bring yourself all the way back home. And we're going to warm up your forearms with one final exercise, heel of the hand push-ups. Elevate the heels of the hands and drop them back down. But we're going to do this over and over and over again. Yeah. Now what I want you to watch out for is the shoulders destabilizing while you do this. As much as I love doing this in real life, we're actually just moving through the arms. So I want you to maintain protraction across your shoulder blades, strengthen to the arms. Here for 5. Yes, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ball up your hands into some fists. Give yourself one cat-cow with your fists. And return the palms back down. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. And stay there. So lots of things are going on in this downward facing dog. Sit bones are lifting to the sky, but I want you to maintain the ribs pulling in. Good. Push away from the ground, but still continue the external rotation through the arms. Now, lift up your heels, bend your knees, look forward, step both of your feet to the top of your mat, standing forward fold. And then I want you to slowly roll yourself up, one backbone at a time. When you make it all the way up nice and tall, let's sweep your arms up to the sky. Big inhale. And with your exhale, forward fold. Hinge from your hips, take it all the way down. Halfway lift, lengthen. And with your exhale, fold to plant your hands. Step back into a high plank. Shift yourself forward. Come all the way down onto the ground. Yay! Now untuck the toes, zip the legs together, all the way from your pubic bone to big toe. We're going to go through a Bhujangasana series, so a little bit of cobra work. We're going to strengthen the back muscles here. I want you to elevate head, neck, and shoulders. No weight on the hands. Feel all the muscles engaged down the line of the back. Keep the tailbone long. You're here for 3, here for 2, and 1. Take it down. Scoot the hands back 1 inch. Again, elevate and give your hands just about 20% pressure. Bring it back down. Now separate your feet hip width distance. Walk the hands back another inch. Start to roll up little bit by little bit, slowly pushing into the hands. Make your way into your upward facing dog. You're balanced on the tops of your feet. Even though it looks like my legs are on the ground, they're actually floating. Good. Now I want you to pike yourself up and back into downward facing dog. And then right away, bring your knees down onto the ground. Right arm reaches up to the sky. Breath in. And with your exhale, let's twist. Right arm underneath the left. Drop the shoulder, drop the ear. Left hand can come above your head for this needle. I want you to wrap the left armpit down. Center your hips. One more inhale. Good, and exhale. Take your left hand back in front of your face. Reach yourself back open, but I want you to spin on your left knee into a modified side plank. Good. Float up your right leg. Flex into the foot. Bring your right arm above your head. Take a breath in. With your exhale, try to connect elbow to knee right here. Squeeze. I want you to open the hip to do that. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze. So good. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze. We got a total of 8, so I want 5 more after this. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. Nice. Last 1. Keep this leg extended back, but bring yourself back onto the ground nice and square. Left arm reaches forward. Get a little bit of a balance. Keep pushing equally into your hand. You can stay right here static or connect right elbow to left knee underneath you. Inhale, lengthen back out. Exhale, pull underneath. That's it. So good. Total of 8. Last 5. Last 4. 3. Good. 2. Feel that core curl in. 2. Last 1. Keep the leg pulled in. Left hand touches the ground. Tuck left toes. Right leg lifts. 3-legged dog. Open up the hip, bend into your knee. Good. Now I want you to square off the hip. I know this is going to feel like such a funky transition for us so early, but I want you to bring right knee to left tricep. Extend the leg out. Swivel onto your heels. Lower your butt all the way down to the ground. I know that's a lot on that right arm, isn't it? Open up into your straddle and move a little bit side to side. Good. Let's take it side body all the way over towards your right hand side. Any amount. Doesn't have to be huge. So good. Take it all the way back up. Same thing to the other side. Ooh, so needed. Take yourself all the way back up. Close up your stance a little bit. Reach both of your arms forward, make fists, and start to lean forwards any amount. If you're limited by the mobility, all good. Just stay nice and tall where you're at. Just think long spine. If you've got mobility, try to lean forward as far as you can without touching the ground. This is core. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring yourself all the way back. Nice. I want you to bend into this left leg a little bit. Start to twist over to your right. Push yourself into downward facing dog from here. Extra credit for a straight leg, yeah? Reset with the breath in. Reset with the breath out. Good. Lift your heels, bend your knees, look to the top of your mat. Travel there. And we'll slowly roll ourselves up to standing. So one backbone at a time. Same kind of intention, yeah? I can already feel my hair is trying to escape. All right, let's sweep our arms up to the sky. Big inhale. And with your exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold to plant. Now we're going to introduce our first Chaturanga. I want you to glide forward, bend the elbows to 90. Upward facing, tops of the feet. Really think about lengthening the tailbone underneath so that we're opening up front body. And with your exhale, take it up and back, downward dog. Knees to the ground, tabletop. Left arm reaches up. Oh, we're back. Thread the needle, left arm underneath you, lower the shoulder, lower the ear. I'm going to try to not strangle this mic with my boobs. That's my goal. Now, I like to extend the opposing arm forwards, and I like to wrap my right armpit down. But you can really take any shape you want here. We've got one more breath. And then we'll take ourselves back up. Right hand plants, left arm reaches up. We're going to spin on this right knee and extend our left leg back. Once you feel all set up, elevate this left leg. We're going to flex the foot. Left arm reaches above us and connect elbow to knee. So we're getting into the obliques. These obliques right here, they are part of your anterior core. Good, I think we have 4 more. I don't know. 3, 2. Last one. Keep the leg extended, but square everything down, adjust the leg. Now you can stay right here. You can reach the right arm forwards. A static hold is great. This is core work. Or you can bring elbow to knee underneath. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull. Good. 6 more. Last 5. Final 3, 2. Last one. Finish all the way through. Keep the knee pulled in, right foot tucks, left leg lifts up to sky. Open up the hip. Square yourself off, left knee, right tricep. Extend the leg out. Roll to heels. Lower all the way down. Get yourself nice and squared up. Open up a little bit. And same thing, move a little side to side. Oof. Nice. Now we'll go for straight legs. And we're going to square our torso over the right leg and melt down to open hamstring. Take it all the way up and over to the left-hand side. Same thing, same stretch on the hamstring. Good. Bring yourself all the way back up. Close up your stance just a little bit. On the first one, we lean forward with the arms. This one, we're going to try to put ourselves in a little bit of bondage here. I want you to bind the arms behind you. Again, just try to sit up nice and tall. Maybe you're feeling the stretch right here. Or if you've got mobility and want to test yourself, start to hinge forward. Keeping the chest off of the ground and trying to keep the toes pointing straight up. Last 4. Last 3. Good. 2 and 1. Bring yourselves all the way back up. Release your little yoga bondage back here. Bend into this right knee a bit. Start to turn towards your left. Plant the hands. Maybe you go straight leg into downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Good work, everyone. Let's go a little flow breath to movement. Lift up your heels, bend your knees, look forward, and let's travel to the top of our space. Let's go big toes touching, halfway lift. And with your exhale, fold. Rise all the way up to standing, inhale. With your exhale, bend into your knees, sit down into a chair position. Good, small little pulses in the hips. Down an inch and down an inch. I know some of you already told me, you're like, babe, you did all this leg and ass stuff. I did leg and ass stuff. We're just here for a couple moments, okay? Last 5, 4, 3, 2, forward fold on 1. Not so bad. Halfway lift, lengthen. Chaturanga. You can step back, hop back, high to mid. Urdhva. Adho. Now we're going to do this 2 more times. I want you to really pull the lower belly in and up as you travel to the top, especially if you're hopping. Dig into the fingertips. See if you can get a little bit of float as you travel to the top. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise all the way up to standing. Breath in. Exhale, sit down into your chair position. Let's go. Little pulse. 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 Good. That's it. 8, 7, 6, 5. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Forward fold. Take it down. Halfway lift. Again, you can step back, move through your high to mid plank. Or if you're starting to practice through your float work, lean forward into the hands and move the legs back from there. It's so tough. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to go through one more time, but first reset with your breath, especially if you're practicing your floats. Focus. And we move. Heels high, bend the knees, lift to the top. Halfway lift. And fold. Rise up. And sit into your chair. No hip pulses on this one. Just hands to heart center. Now we're going to do a little bit of twisting. I want you to keep the legs in one spot. Left elbow works towards your right thigh. Take it up through center, twist to the other side. These are those obliques working right here to create these twists. This is also what makes me sweat so much when I do these power flows. God damn. Last 5. Good. 4, 3, 2. Nice. Last one. Forward fold. Take it down. Again, we did that float opportunity before, or if you want to start to work in one inversion, crow position, Bakasana. I like to go heels high, bend my knees, open them up, bend the elbows, just attach. And start to lean your weight forwards. Perhaps you pick up one foot, perhaps you pick up the other. Maybe press to handstand happens from the crow. And then you can travel back any way you want. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Breaths in. Breaths out. Nice work, everyone. Again, travel to the top. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. All the way up to standing. Hands are going to work to heart center on this one because we're going to step back into a lunge. So left foot works behind you. And I want you to hang out in this crescent space for a moment. Feel the opening of your hip flexor. Reground, especially if you were doing some inversions on that side. For me, I've been in a little bit of a inversion depression. I just kind of don't want to. So sometimes I go through phases. So if you're feeling like you're going through phases, it happens. We're cyclical by nature, yeah? All right, let's turn this into a twist. Left elbow works towards the right thigh. Press and rotate. Now you can be right here. You can also lower the knee down to the ground. I'm totally in favor of creating those shapes for yourself, okay? One more breath in. So good. One more breath out. Now let's take ourselves all the way back up. If your knee is on the ground, lift up with us, and we'll open into our Viratu. Right knee points towards the top of your space. Arms open out into a T-shaped position. Now right palm is going to flip, work into your reverse warrior, get all the space into the side body. Again, we're working into the hip flexor, we're working into the oblique, and then we'll take it all the way down to the ground. Keep planting through the foot and the hands, but try to peel the heel in towards your butt. Hold this space for 5, 4, 3, 2, push back to downward facing dog on 1. Again, we're just building a skeleton. Let's travel to the top of our mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up to standing. Hands come to heart. We're going to lunge on the other side. Right foot steps back. Now, lunges are some of my favorite exercises to do because they are so core oriented. If you ever have gone a moment without a lot of body movement, you do your first lunge and your balance feels really off. So many muscles are working to keep you in this space right here. So stay with me. I took a couple of pelvic tilts here to get my hip flexor on the same page as me. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Now I'm going to try to maintain that little bit of pelvic tilt, and we're going to go into our twist. Right elbow goes towards the left thigh. Now you can hold this rotation. We're going to come back to this rotation and more. You can also lower this right knee down to make it a little more compassionate for where you're at today. Couple more breaths. Y'all got it. Breathing is the bridge, you and your nervous system. If you've got the brain weasels popping up today, if you've got other things on your brain, Monday feels a little bit busy, trust that you deserve this entire hour to yourself, okay? Yeah. Let's bring it all the way back up. And we open into our warrior 2. Adjust the back foot. Try to even out the hips. This is part of our hip opening process. Oof. Arms reach out into your T. Flip left palm, reach it up and back. Take it all the way down to the ground, frame up your left foot. Lots of core intact as we make this transition. Kick the heel in towards your butt. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2. Step it all the way back on 1. Inhales here. Exhales out. Let's add on. Lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, travel to the top. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Rise up to standing. Hands come to heart center. Left leg lifts up, friends. Good. Big step back. We're working into hands at heart center, warrior 3. Square the left toes down. Now bend into your standing leg. Big step back. You're in your high crescent again. We work a repeated twist. Sorry, not sorry. Tap left elbow to the right knee and bring it back up. We're going to do this 4 more times. Good. Last 3. Last 2. Holy shit, the balance. Bring it up on 1, open into your warrior 2. Inhale, reverse, get your side body. Exhale, low lunge, take it all the way down. Now bring your right heel in towards your butt. I'm so sorry to do this. Tap the shin bone down. Bring it up. Yes, you got 5. This is your last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Lift it up to the sky into 3-legged. Open up the hip, bend into your knee. Maybe it feels really nice here to drop it back behind you. Get a little space into the front body with this flip dog. Take it all the way back, downward facing dog. Travel to the top of your space. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise all the way up towards standing. Hands come towards heart center again. Right leg is going to lift. You're standing, you're balancing on one leg. Now start to kick it back. Warrior 3, hands at heart center. Keep trying to point right side of toes down. Hold it for 3. Square hips. 2. And 1. Big step back. You're in your high crescent. Repeated twist. We're doing 5. Rotate and tap. And bring it back up. 4. 3. Last 2. Use that breath. Exhales always as you twist. Fuck. Last 1. Bring it all the way up and out. Warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, low lunge. Take it all the way down. Bring left heel in towards your butt. 5 shin taps. I want you to really exaggerate the cat back. 3, 2, last 1. Left leg lifts up to the sky. And if you did it on the other side, bend into the knee, drop this foot behind you. I like to kind of bend and then move into the shape. Yeah. Nice. Take it all the way back down to the ground. Downward facing dog. Lower your knees to the earth. Together, if possible. Embryo pose. Sit hips to heels, forehead onto the mat. Arms back behind you. Let the shoulders roll forward to the ground. Nice work. Keep this shape in the lower half. But let's just lift up and sit onto our heels. Now, if you're very flat-footed, this is just going to be murder for you, okay? If you've got the ability to point your foot and you feel good with that, then maybe you want a little bit more. You can lean back and lift up a knee. Careful for snap, crackle, pops. This is going to go into our Lolasana shape later. Good, same thing other side. Oh, fuck. My ankles are so tight today. I'm going to go for a round of both. You can hang out for a second or even just tuck your toes. Oh, I don't know what I've been doing to deserve this feeling in my ankles. All right. Let's take ourselves back forward. We're going to go through our last little bits of flow. Roll out your ankles if you need to. Eee. And let's tuck toes, lift hips, down dog. Now, I want to get us towards the top of our space, but I want to see if we can hop there, yeah? It requires so much lower body core in order to do this. So know that you can take a couple hops or totally omit these hops if you don't want to do them. So we'll go left leg high, right leg is going to bend. Then I want you to hop, right foot to the top of your mat. Lift yourself all the way up into that single-legged mountain. Hey, look at you go. Warrior 3, extend this left leg back. Single-legged squat. Press. Bend. Press. Low belly pulls in. You got 3. 2. Wow. Last one. Maintain the bend. Big step back. You're in your high crescent. Create the twist. Left elbow to right thigh. Feel free to stay or feel free to bind. Half bind with the right arm or full bind with both. Deep breaths into that tummy. Deep breaths into the center space. Last 3. Last two. Very good. On one, release. Make your way into your warrior two. Reverse Trikonasana. Let's give that front thigh a break. And then take it all the way back down to your low lunge. Right leg bends. We're going to take it side to side. It goes right, left, right, left. I know. This is a power flow after all. Fuck. For 3, for 2. Keep it to the left tricep on 1, extend it out. Fallen triangle. Again, we're working all that extension in the front line, not just contracting. Take it all the way back. Right leg lifts up to sky. Feel free to open and drop into it. Flip dog. And then let's take it back. Downward facing dog. All right, same little hop transition. Right leg is going to lift. If you're too deep in your dog, shorten it up. Less distance to hop. Bend left leg. Take it. Ooh. And then rise all the way up, single-legged mountain. Why do I do this? Why do I do this, guys? 3, warrior 3, but with that little single-legged squat variation, okay? Let's go. We got 5 of them. I was having a hard time speaking English during that. So you're not alone. If you're speaking in tongues right now, on the final bend, hold it, big step back, and twist, right elbow to left thigh. Give it a little push and hold, or binds, full or half. Remember that knee down variation is always there for you in any way. All right, let's bring it up, and we move into warrior 2. Front thigh is on fire, so let's lengthen it out, reverse trico. And take it all the way down, low lunge. Left heel to butt, side to side, go left, right. Last 3. It's going to stay to the right in 2 and 1. Kick it out to the side, peel it open, fallen triangle. All of these big transitions can get done with the back knee on the ground. Left leg lifts, opens. Maybe it drops behind you. You're just dancing. Good, my loves. Take it back to your downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Final flow. Only difference is the entry. Before we lifted our left leg and hopped forward with the right, on this one, you can do that same one, okay? Or you can switch kick. Right leg lifts, hop, switch, land. Whoa! Give it a go. I'll do it one more time. And we rise all the way up, single-legged mountain. Big extension back. Good. Just bend, do that squat one time. And land into your high crescent, working into your twist. Again, there's one more opportunity for your binds, your full binds. Full binds can even get turned into a little balance here too. It's like a revolved half moon, but like more sadistic and fucked up. So you'll create it, but lift up the back leg, maintaining the bend in the front knee. Oof, that's gnarly. Wherever you are, we're here for 3. Last 2. And 1. Let's go. Warrior 2. Reverse trico. All the way down to lunge. Heel to butt. 1 shin touch to the ground. 1 time to the right. 1 time to the left. Extend it out. Fall and try. Back to the ground, three-legged dog, leg up to sky. Open the hip. Flip dog. And back into downward facing dog. You guys, we're to the end, final one. Now again, you can do that hop or you can do your switch kick. So left leg would lift, hop, switch legs midair, catch. I'm going to do it one more time since I did it twice on the other side. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, all the way up, single-legged mountain. Big extension back. Oh my God. One big bend and rise. Twist. Deftones is the one thing getting me through this, y'all. Ooh. We're gonna bind, and I'm gonna do that little floating thing. I'm not good on it at this side because of my right shoulder injury. Getting that little lift, and we're holding it for 3, for 2. So good, last one. Release, take it all the way into your 2. Reverse trico, all the way down into your low lunge. Here we go, final push. Heel to butt, 1 shin tap, to the left, right, extend it out, lift. Take it back down. Left leg up to sky. Open up the hip, fall back. Flip dog. Take it all the way home. Downward facing dog. Knees to the ground. Embryo. Holy smokes, you guys. Take a couple more breaths here. Yeesh. And then we're going to go through our final piece, and it's all on the ground. Yay! All right. So make sure that your block and your little towel are handy dandy nearby. How are y'all doing? You okay? I love you. I love you so much. Okay, we're going to work through this position called low lasana. Low lasana, or pendant pose, is a lot of low belly strength. And we're going to start with the prep. Then we're going to do the full shape. Then we're down on the ground all the way. Hands are going to be down onto the ground right by your side. And I want you to just feel what it's like to have a nice contraction into the upper spine, into the low abs. Spread out your hands, grip into the earth. Yeah, like you got Spider-Man fingers. Now push into the tops of the feet, lean forward so that you're planched, and then elevate, bringing knees to chest. Nice, take it back down to the ground. That's your Lolasana prep. We're gonna do that 2 more times. And then we're gonna try to lift up our feet and potentially go into legs in front or L-sit and back again. I don't know if I can even do it without blocks under my hands, so we'll see. Lolasana prep, lift, and back down. Last one, Lolasana prep. And back down. Now to lift the feet, I like to cross my feet. Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's see how this goes. Push back, lift, trying to pick up the feet. Oh, fuck. Potentially through into your L-sit and down. Okay, I'm going to try that again, but do it on the other side because it did not go very well. So cross feet, hands on the ground. Ooh. Push to pike, lift, through to sit, and down. Oh my God. Shake out your wrists a little bit. It's a lot of flexion on those bad boys. And then we're going to take our block. So we're going to use this block as a trigger point therapy tool. We're going to put it right into our tummy, or we're going to use the rolled up towel. It's really up to you. So do this block on its lowest level. And I want you to bring it between the ribs and above the hips. You're literally just impaling yourself onto this block. And I want you to let the tummy hollow out here. And I always feel like I'm in the right spot when I start to hear and feel my own pulse, my heartbeat against the block. Again, if the block thing isn't working or if you don't have one, then you can roll up a towel, roll up a tummy. Guys, I'm super drunk on my own body drugs right now. So the towel obviously is much softer, much kinder if you need that. Avi, if you is pregnant, you're not doing this, you can lay off to one side or even onto your back. But we're going to spend the next 2 minutes in this position. Seems like a long time, right? Oof. You can stay up on your forearms, or you can even go all the way down to bring your forehead on the ground so that you can really go internal and focus on your breath. Last minute left. Last 10 seconds. And we'll work ourselves off of our towel or our block. Oof. I'm personally going to keep this towel because I want to put my head on it. We're going to flip like a pancake, roll onto our backs. Whew. That was what I needed, y'all. Let's like I said, I'm super drunk off of my own chemicals right now. We're going to windshield wipe our knees side to side. Oh my goodness. Y'all, it's been such a week. Oh my gosh. But good news. I told you all about some of our house drama. We found a new house and we are in the appraisal process right now. So we're really excited to hopefully close and find our forever home. Really excited. Let's keep the knees center, bring them wide around your ribs. Hang out in your Apanasana or happy baby Balasana. Take 3 more big breaths here wherever you're at. And then I'll, of course, give you some extra time if there's anything I missed that you need for yourself. So again, if you need any last minute things, make them happen. Or if you're ready to just soften into our final shape and go to our very last song somewhere on my phone. And we'll spend a nice little 3-minute Know that your meditation doesn't have to be anything. Doesn't have to be particular, doesn't have to be mine. Simply a solidifying of what you did over this past hour. Take a deeper breath here. And start to move your body again. Oof. Wiggling a little bit. And taking a quick moment to thank yourself for creating this time during your Monday. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. I feel so much better. I was feeling rickety. Nice work, y'all. Kayla, you're welcome, love. So glad you made it. Thanks, Ashley. Good to see you too. Thanks, Beatrice. Oh, thanks, Emma. Thanks, Stephanie. Yeah, one thing I'm really excited about the new spot is it's all like poured concrete floors, which is really cool and really fun to move on. And the sides of the house, like front and back, are like all windows. I just want light to envelop me. And for Pi, of course, I want her to look out those windows. Yeah. So think good thoughts for the appraisal, because this is stressing me out. Oh, Shayla, you're so welcome. So glad you were here. Yeah, outside of all that, there's so much going on globally, right? I'm just thinking of everything going on in Afghanistan, what everybody in Haiti is experiencing, another storm's coming through. They just had that earthquake. And there's just a lot of love we need to send collectively to everyone, yeah? But we got to pour from a full cup. So we got to take care of this. Thanks, Ashley. Yes. I kind of think of them like when I do this type of stuff, it's like creating little prayers with my body, good intentions, little ripples of love. Thanks, Annalisa. I am so glad you came today because you've been on my mind every single day. And that's the truth. And I'll definitely send Kamar and Pi all your love. Pi had zero interest in what we were doing today. Yeah. Didn't think that we would have to be looking for a home, but when your landlord basically forces you out, you get creative. So me and my lovely partner are just being creative and thinking on our feet. Yeah, I think I'm going to spend the rest of the day just taking care of things and taking care of myself. So I hope you all do the same. Hydrate, feed yourself, hug someone if you got someone around you. And I believe this week we have Wednesday drills, but I might have a friend surprise come in town, so I might scoot it or adjust it. I don't know yet. We'll see. So I love you all so much. Mwah! Thinking good thoughts for all of you, and I'll see you again soon, if not next week.